Hi guys! Today I'm going to be showing you the perfect cardstock and technique to create your very own colouring pages. Let's jump in. Now, the most important thing when it comes to your colouring pages is choosing your cardstock. This is where the 380 micron paper Cutz cardstock comes in. A great big thank you to Paper Cutz, who have not only sponsored today's video, but also sent me this wonderful, super smooth cardstock. Now, the fact that this is so smooth means that it is going to print on beautifully, but also allow you to use a range of different media to bring your colouring pages to life. Now, if you want to create your own colouring page like this, you're going to need something to draw it in. I personally use Procreate and my iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, but you can use whatever you prefer. Or if you'd like to make some colouring pages with some pre-made designs, we can do that in Canva. I'm going to show you how to create both. You're also going to need a printer. I'm going to be showing you how to create these on both a laser printer, perfect if you have a media such as alcohol markers or felt tips, or an inkjet printer, which works wonderful with dry media such as pencils.
So we're starting off in Canva and I have an A6 document. I've then gone over to the elements and searched for colouring pages, and as you can see there are lots of different styles and designs available. I've then just centrally aligned each of these to a page and just duplicated or added in an extra page until I've created 4 ready to go on an A4 piece. Now for this spooky skeleton one, I wanted to add some text, so I've created the word happy in a spooky font, and I'm now going to go to effects and I've gone for the outline tool so that this can be coloured in. Once I've resized everything, I'm going to download as a ping with a transparent background, and I'm using Affinity Designer just to align all of these. So it's a case of importing them in and then making sure they are aligned to each of the corners. I'm then going to print on my laser printer. This one doesn't print borderless, so there is going to be a border around the edge.
So as you can see, this has printed out absolutely beautifully. Because I've used my laser printer for these ones, then it means that the lines themselves are nice and thick. And obviously, because it's laser, it's also waterproof to a certain degree. Now that means that you're going to be able to use things like alcohol ink markers or even watercolors or anything like that. Now, I'm not saying that you can't use your inkjet printer. Of course you can. It just means that you need to be a bit more mindful. So that's perfect for things like colouring pencils. In fact, I gave one of these to TBT Junior and she enjoyed colouring it herself with her little colouring pencils. So obviously we've got this now, and you could of course do a great big A4 one, but because I've chosen to do these in A6 postcard style, I'm going to show you just how easy this cardstock is to trim down. So because I want to cut these down into A4, I am going to make sure that they are 10.5 by 14.85. So we're going to start with the 14.85 first, and I'm just using this little guide here. This is a really cheap paper trimmer that you can get from Amazon. I have one linked in the description box down below. And the one thing that I would always say is when you're using a cheaper one like this, do not use this bit to push the paper up or the card up to as a guide, because it's never at a correct straight line. Always use the top here. So you can see how beautifully and cleanly that has cut. We're now going to do a 10.5 cut line. So I'm just moving this along, butting that up there to the edge, making sure it's at the top here, and then just scoring down. And the same here, and there we go. So we now have 4 A6 or postcard sized colouring pages, and obviously because there are so many different designs available in Canva, you could theme this, you could make it however you wanted, or if you're an illustrator, you could actually make your own. So I've turned Boo Bear into a cute little colouring page, and I've actually printed her out here, and I've done a side-by-side comparison so that you can see This one here on the right is actually Boo printed on a laser, and this one on the left is Boo printed on a inkjet printer. Now, side by side, it's pretty obvious that the laser printer is much darker. That's completely normal. Obviously, this is a water-based ink and this is a plastic or a toner-based print, so obviously it's going to be much darker. But if I take it away so that it's not a side-by-side, you can see that this is still nice and dark and it is still going to make a beautiful colouring page if you don't have a laser printer. So now that we've printed these out, it's time to start testing how they take the different media. Obviously, the most common are felt tip pens, colouring pencils, crayons, but I'm also going to use my alcohol ink colour markers because these are always really bright and vibrant, and I purchased these when I was playing around with this same cardstock using the alcohol inks. I wanted to see how it also worked with the marker version. So let's have a look. So if you're new to using alcohol markers, then you may not know that bleed through is quite common, and most kits, most sets actually include one of these. It's like a silicone mat that you can just place your colouring page on top of, and it will just protect any surface. And it's also great for when you're using it in colouring books so that it doesn't bleed onto the page behind. Another tip that I would advise is if you are planning to use alcohol markers, sometimes on different media they will look slightly different. So although my one came with a really useful colour card, which you can obviously fill in and puts down the colour numbers, this is going to be completely different with how the colours transfer typically to a different type of media. You can see the colour difference here. This is a thin, glossy type paper. This is obviously a super smooth, pure white cardstock. So for example, if we were to take these top colours here, one wine red, and just try it up against the one there, 3 rose red, and 4 vivid red, you can see just how different they look, even though they are the same colours. So I would always recommend that you have a scrap bit of whatever cardstock or paper you have printed onto, in this case the 380 microns, so you can check that you're happy with the colour before you use it. Now, as you can see, there is bleed through. This is completely normal with any kind of alcohol ink, and the same happened when I used this cardstock with the pure alcohol inks. But as you can see, they are really lovely and vibrant. And the good thing about alcohol markers, which are slightly different to the standard felt tips, is that you can layer the colours up. So how cute has my bucket of shells turned out? The one thing that I would say when you are using alcohol markers on this is that there is sometimes a tiny bit of bleed. That is down to technique mainly. The phone was right in the way, so I'm having to kind of colour this in across and away. And yeah, it's definitely down to me more, and spread with alcohol markers is quite normal. The great thing about this cardstock is that unlike some inferior ones, you can layer up the different colours, which is what alcohol markers are perfect for. You might be able to see the shadowing there on all of the shells. And if I give you a really close look, hopefully you can see that there is absolutely zero pilling or any issues with the cardstock. You may know that sometimes, I'm sure you can think back to when you used to do colouring when you were younger and you used to get the cheap books with that really paper thin paper. And sometimes when you used your felt tips or your markers, it would kind of take off the top layer of the cardstock. You get absolutely none of that here. And believe me, the amount of ink that the alcohol markers that I use lays down, you can just see on the back here. And yet, despite that, it is still perfectly held together, and I think that's really cute. And there's nothing like a little bit of mindful colouring, shall we say, and alcohol markers are my favourite because they're just so vibrant. It's like digital drawing but in real life. So as you just saw on the reel from yesterday, colouring pencils turn out absolutely beautiful on these. I really like, again, the fact that I was pressing really hard to get this shadowing effect here, and yet despite that, as you can see, the cardstock is still pristine. So remember, if you want to use your inkjet printer, then using colouring pencils like this, like I have done here, is absolutely fine. So I've really enjoyed doing some cozy colouring. The weather is starting to turn and autumn is most definitely on its way, which is why I think that it's time to start thinking of some more calm and cozy crafts. So hopefully you found this video today really helpful. Remember, if you're ever stuck on any of the steps, just drop a comment down below and I will do my best to help you. Hopefully it's been informative. A great big thank you to Paper Cutz for not only sponsoring today's video, but supplying me with the amazing 380 micron cardstock. It's super smooth and it really does print beautifully both on laser and inkjet. If you're going to make your own colouring pages from your own illustrations, I would love to see. Don't forget to tag me at TBT Designs over on Instagram, and that way I'm sure to see your creations. If you'd like to support the channel, drop a like and remember to subscribe. It's completely free and it just lets YouTube know that people are enjoying my videos so that they will share them with even more. And I will see you next week for another crafty video. This one's going to be autumn themed. Bye!